On this episode of Cocktail Underground, we're diving into Mezcal. Unito Mezcal sent me this bottle for free, and I really appreciate it. If you've ever wondered what Mezcal is, how it compares to tequila, or if you're just looking for some easy Mezcal recipes, you're in the right place. I'll show you 3 cocktails with Mezcal: a ranch water, a naked and famous, and a Mia. So, what's the difference between Mezcal and tequila? Both come from agave. Tequila can only use blue weber agave, while Mezcal can be made from many agave species. That's what gives it such a wide range of flavors. All tequilas are mezcals, but mezcals aren't tequila. Unito Mezcal is made from 100% agave. It's slow roasted in a stone oven, fermented in pine wood tanks, and distilled in copper stills. You can order it at unitomezcal.com for $39.99 a bottle. I think that's pretty reasonable since Mezcal can be kind of pricey. Let me know in the comments below if you agree. Also, let me know what other brands you've tried. So let's give this a try on its own before we dive into the cocktails. And I've already had this in a cocktail. I've had it in the Mia and it was great in that, spoiler alert. What I really like about this one is if I was introducing a friend to Mezcal and they are kind of intimidated by it, this one isn't too over the top smoky, but you do get a lot of smoke on the nose. But then when you taste it, you get a slight smokiness, but it's pretty easy drinking. You get a nice minerality and citrus that you also get in a lot of high quality tequilas. It's almost like a gateway Mezcal, and it's 40% alcohol or 80 proof. It comes in a 700 milliliter bottle. I don't want to think that shrinkflation is affecting cocktails and spirits, but usually you get a 750 milliliter bottle, but I still think it's a pretty good deal. Anyway, let's put it to work in some cocktails and use up this 700 milliliter bottle. First, we're going to make a Mezcal ranch water. I figured I'll start out with an easy one. This is one I like to make right in the bottle, and I have decorated the bottle prior to taking the cap off. I just put some lime juice on it and rolled it around in some tahini. Just a nice little touch, you don't have to do that. And I've made plenty of ranch waters on my channel. Oh god, oh god. Be careful when you open it. So this one's good because it's giving you automatic hydration. The first step is making some room in the bottle for the Mezcal or tequila and the lime juice. And we're gonna do approximately 2 ounces of Mezcal right in the bottle. That's why I have this pouring spout on here. You could use a funnel if you wanted to measure, but this is kind of a casual drink that you don't really need to measure. So that should be about 2 ounces. And then I'm going to do about 1 ounce of lime juice. So most people say like a true ranch water is just the Topo Chico, Mezcal or tequila and lime juice. But if you want a sweetener in it, like, it's totally fine to add it. And I'm just gonna stick a little lime wedge in there. And there is our ranch water. All right, next up is the Naked and Famous, one of the best modern Mezcal cocktails. It looks fancy, but it's actually very simple since it's equal parts of all of these. The hardest part is probably going to be locating the Yellow Chartreuse in a store. When I do equal parts cocktails, I usually do 1 ounce of each ingredient. Some people do 3/4 of an ounce, but I think to fill this glass we need 1 ounce of each. So we'll start out with our Mezcal. Next, Aperol. I just got a brand new bottle of it. I go through this stuff pretty quick. Some Yellow Chartreuse. And in case you're wondering, the difference between the yellow and green, this is like a little lower proof and a little less intense. And finally, 1 ounce of lime. And I'm gonna double strain it into a chilled martini glass. No garnish necessary, but if you want, you can put a lime wheel on it. There's the Naked and Famous. Looking really forward to that one. That's kind of one of my all-time favorites. Speaking of my favorites, next up we have a Mia. It's a Mezcal Tiki Cocktail. It's a riff on the Mai Tai. So for this one, for the base spirit, we're going to split it between Mezcal and rum. We're going to do 1 ounce of each. Whenever a cocktail calls for Jamaican rum, my usual go-to is Appleton Signature. Pretty easy to find and affordable. Nice solid workhorse rum. 1 ounce of it. And then next we're going to do 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. 1/2 ounce of orange liqueur. You can use Cointreau. I'm using the Pierre Ferrand Dry Curacao. It's my favorite for Mai Tais. 1/2 ounce of orgeat, and if you're new here, Lieber & Company is my favorite store-bought one. And with my Mai Tais, I always like to shake them quickly with a little pebble ice and open pour them over more pebble ice. Traditional garnish for a Mai Tai is a spent lime shell and a piece of mint that represents a palm tree and an island. But for this riff, I'm going to riff off that garnish and do a sunset with an orange and lime. And then my palm trees will be the same as the traditional. And the Surfside Sip Straw. So there's our Mia. So there you go. 3 Mezcal cocktails you can make at home. Mezcal Ranch Water, Naked and Famous, and Mia. I can tell you right now that I'm gonna like all 3 of them, so we'll start out basic with the Ranch Water. Push that little piece of lime in. The Unito Mezcal is a perfect combination with the Topo Chico. This is a great mineral water. It really is a better tasting water than some, and it just pairs perfectly with any kind of agave spirits. And you saw how easy it was. Highly recommend that if you want something quick and easy. I have a video of 4 different ranch waters where I do different variations. I used tequila in that one, but you could revisit them with mezcal. Maybe I will too. This one, I just love this drink. I love how easy it is. I love the name of it, Naked and Famous. I'm gonna take B-roll of this later, so I'm gonna leave my garnish here, but let's give it a try. Yes, that is good. The only thing I notice between this one and the ones I make with Del Maguey Vita is that this has some pretty strong companion ingredients like the Aperol and the Yellow Chartreuse. They're almost overpowering this a little bit. So this one might actually be a little too easy drinking and delicate, but it's still good. Yeah, it's still got like a light hint of smoke, and like I said, it would be a really good gateway drink for somebody who thinks they don't like mezcal. I'm definitely not throwing that one away, and I would make it again. The third one, the Mia, I made this the other day in a short, and this was one of the best drinks I've made in a while. I'll just tell you that right now. But I think it helps that the Appleton rum is pretty like sweet and laid back, so it pairs really well with kind of an easier drinking mezcal. It's hard for me not to love a Mai Tai riff because that's probably my favorite drink of all time. I feel like I'm 3 for 3 today. All of these are really good. Thanks again to Unito Mezcal for sending this bottle. I've obviously really enjoyed using it. Let me know in the comments below which of these cocktails you'd try first, or if you already have a favorite mezcal cocktail that you think I should make next. And if you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Salud!